Okay, great guys. We're here and we're going to be looking at the third key component of the Wellness Quest Chiropractic Jump Program, and that is the jump cord training that is very, very, very unique. Now we're standing at a vertical jump test area, which we use every time that we deal with the athletes. You'll notice that Mike's decked out in his jump cords. I'm going to show you, he's going to put this on, I'm going to have to take it off because it's not super comfortable. So go ahead and put that on for me. Stand up all the way, just stand there for a second. Obviously there's resistance here, guys. This is probably around 70, 80 pounds. I can use different bands depending on the athlete. Suffice to say, he feels this pulling on his neck. So I'm going to get this off him, but this is what he's going to be jumping with. Go ahead and take that off and just stand there for me. Okay, so why in the wild world of sports will you do this? This is all about one thing: muscular recruitment. And this is an amazingly simple and powerful tool, specifically if we use it after we've pre-activated the neuromuscular system with what? Power plate first, then biodensity. So here's what's going to happen. As he does, he's going to do 10 jumps in just a moment. Is it going to be harder than if he was jumping without him? Yes, but it's not enough resistance to change his mechanics. He'll still be able to flow through his jumps. I'm also going to be talking to him about landing. When do injuries happen? Injuries happen when you land. So we need to spend as much time focusing on landing. What type of muscular contractions are happening when we're landing? Eccentric. So we really got to focus on control, stability, and that's another thing we work on in addition to the three key components. So in just a moment, we're going to have Mike get started and start jumping. Okay guys, here we are. Mike's all set to go. As you know, he's set to do, he's going to do 10 jumps, one after the other. So Mike, go ahead and put your jump cords on, give it a whirl. And let's watch Mike and his jumps. Great job. So now, Mike, step back, get ready, go right again. Go right again. Mike's going to try to keep going higher and higher. Great job. Keep going right after the other, 10 jumps. Go for it. Good. Okay, we're back with Mike. So here's what happened. Mike did his 10 jumps. Towards the end, what you notice is he's not jumping as high. Why? There's a level of muscular fatigue. I want to do some of that for the conditioning effect, but not too much. Now notice we went from 2 bands to 1 band, so the resistance goes down. If you're not a genius, let me help you out here. Guess what's going to happen when Mike jumps? Well, we're just going to let Mike show you. He's going to jump a lot higher, and we're going to ask him how he feels when he's doing it. Go ahead and put the single on and go for it. This is set exactly where it was at the end of his best jump with 2 cords. So let's watch what Mike does. Best jump, go for it. Okay. Mike just jumped about an inch higher, and I'll bet he'll get a little bit more for us. Go for it, Mike. Oh, almost. Come on, Mike. Get one more for me, buddy. One more. Good job, good job. Try one more, see if we get another one. So Mike's closing in on a 24-inch vertical with 1 band. That's a good sign. Good job. Another jump. Fantastic. Okay. Mike, you just finished your second set. We went from 2 band to 1 band. You just jumped about 2 inches higher than you could jump with 2 bands. Not a big surprise. How did it feel to jump going from 2 to 1?
It got a lot easier.
Feels pretty cool, doesn't it? Yeah. So it feels pretty cool, but in my language as an exercise physiologist, what's that all about? That's all about muscular recruitment. You've all gone through this a bit. So say you're picking up, you have 10 suitcases and I'm picking them up and I'm loading in. And they all have a heavy weight. What's going to happen? I'm going to recruit, my neuromuscular system is going to recruit based on that weight. But let's say the 5th one has nothing in it. You've probably done this. You go to grab it and what happens? It flies up into the air, right? Why? Because you recruited more than you needed to. So what's really amazing about this, unbelievable, is if I do a vertical jump test with Mike after a great warm-up and I get his highest jump in inches, I let him sit down and I do 3 sets of jump, 2 band, 1 band, and no band. You know what will happen on the 3rd test? He will actually beat his initial vertical jump. This is not just a trick. It actually enhances the neurological activation in a way few things have done, and particularly this sequence. Okay, guys, so Mike's rested again. By the way, there's a specific and thorough rest. It's at least 2 minutes. You say, why? This is not about fatigue. Number one mistake people make in vertical jump programs, they train fatigued athletes. Fatigued athletes don't jump high, they jump fatigued, which is to say low. You train sloppy, you train to jump low, guess what's going to happen? You're going to jump low. That's not intelligent. This workout is not a fatigue-based workout. It's one of the key things to understand about proper vertical jump training. So he's going to do his last set now. You can see this is set where he was with one band. Now you'll notice that Mike has no bands, and depending on what he does, I may have to raise it up again to give him a little bit more challenge. So Mike, take it away, buddy. See how high you can go. Oh yeah, great problem. So guys, we're going to take a little break. I'm going to raise. Guys, I'm back. We had a great problem. Mike topped the system out. So he did a 24-inch vertical. Not bad. This is the first time that he's ever done this. So pretty good. He'll go much, much higher. Believe me, if you film him this workout to the next one, 2 of these workouts a week, only 1 times biodensity, he'll go even higher. So Mike, let's give you a chance to do a couple more jumps. Go for it. It's raised higher now, guys. Great job. Okay, I raised it 3 inches. So he's closing in on a much better jump now. Try to top it out. Good try. Go ahead. Good, fantastic. Thanks a lot. The other thing here, guys, to understand, go ahead, Mike. The other thing to understand that happens with this when we do it, we usually do this in teams. When you bring a team in, what's really powerful is, guess what? Are they competing? Absolutely. I don't talk about the absolute height. I talk about his relative jump being 24, 27, 36. Why? Now we got a fair playing field, right? The athletes can do what? They can compete. You put your athletes through this program, you are going to see an immediate and measurable increase in their vertical jump, and they're going to tell you that right away. Okay, guys. Here we have Mike on a very popular vertical jump training device, which is a great device, but I'm going to tell you why we don't use it and we use the jump cord system. A couple things. Notice that the resistance here is attached to the ground. So Mike, do a couple light jumps for me. Go ahead. Nothing wrong with that. Relax. If Mike really goes for it here, though, realize something. Because the resistance is based on the ground, when Mike jumps up, it's actually going to slam him back down, right? Because the stretch cords are attached to the ground. So we're going to create a really very, very excessive stress in the eccentric portion, which is where what? That's where injury happens. If you think about the jump cord system, since they're attached to him, when he lands, his landing is unaffected. The other thing the jump cords allow us to do is do that preparatory steps to make the jump, so it doesn't change his actual movement patterning for the game, and that's why we prefer the jump cords to these ground-based systems.